Going back as far as the mid-1950s, the use of a weapon, otherwise named a foreign object, has been a staple of the wrestling industry for, over 70 years now. Old school wrestling legends such as Classy Freddie Bassie and Wild Bill Curry were just some of the first innovators of hardcore wrestling, paving the way for psychos like Jeff Hardy to try and kill himself almost every single time he stepped into the ring. Or the ever mystifying and sadly late New Jack to try and murder someone else every time he, opened his eyes, I guess. My name is Danny Lever, and this is the top 10 foreign objects rarely seen in WWE today. Just to let you know, I actually done this before any of the weapons were brought back. Bastards. Number 1, the trash can. Okay, starting off quite rubbish here. Get it, But where have the trash cans disappeared to? Or the bin lids? Either they look like you could buy them from Tesco's or Asda, but the nostalgia was great. In fact, it was brilliant. I loved it, you loved it, everyone's mums and dads loved it. Well, even though it was a commonplace in the Attitude Era, the trash can was a staple for the gunslinging Wild West days of the 1990s wrestling. It was guaranteed that when emptied, the bin contents would contain paper and some sort of lettuce remnants that often been placed over someone's head and repeatedly bashed in a kendo stick or chair. It seems to have faded in modern times though. Every now and again you'll see some sort of trash depository, but more often than not, the sweet sound of ting ringing through the arena has been missed by many, including me. Bit of a tongue twister, that one. Number 2, the 2x4. Hey-oh! That was crap, wasn't it? Alright, forget your Axel Jim Duggan bellowing at the top of his lungs impressions for just a second and think about it. For a while now, this object has been seen less times than a unicorn. But you can't set a unicorn on fire like you can a piece of wood. So I guess that's the reason you don't see much of it nowadays. Or the unicorn. But anyway, being made famous, mainly by Mick Foley's Cactus Jack character, the item was used in such a dramatic way, it's no wonder it has no place in WWE's safe PG era. Boo! But as a result, you modify the weapon and make it even more dangerous. But why would anyone want to do that? Number 3, the bowling ball. The memories of a wrestler. Being entered into a Royal Rumble. It's the grand opportunity for a title shot, the grandest stage of them all. And all of a sudden, you're sitting in the ring corner taking a bowling ball to your meat and two veg. Classic memories. But the bowling ball is also one that seems to have vanished into thin air. More often than not, it was used in Royal Rumbles, so I had a little flair. No woos please, I was about to do it myself. But the most memorable one was Al Snow rolling one into Raven's nether regions during the 14th annual Royal Rumble match. The pop was so loud, the atmosphere was great and made for a great Royal Rumble moment. It certainly embedded itself into my memory. You don't really see it now, but just imagine it. Taking one of them to your manhood and then being thrown 10 feet onto your face. Woo! I couldn't help myself. Number 4, the thumbtacks. Well, where do I begin with this? I mean, Jesus Christ, being hit by all previous entries is one thing, but having a face full of thumbtacks or pins, wherever you are in the world, doesn't really seem like my kind of favourite activity, to be quite honest. Let alone those who ended up taking the spot to begin with. Even Chris Jericho has taken one of these bums. Also used by many wrestlers like Terry Funk and Randy Orton. It's not just in the WWE, trust me, it's across many different promotions. The thumbtacks were always a welcome addition by all sadistic bastards sitting in the crowd or at home, including me, and don't pretend you didn't like it. Yeah, I'm not that bad. But the worst case of this must have been during 2000's Royal Rumble bout, where Triple H pedigreed Cactus Jack face first onto the bastards. Like Foley's head ended up looking like a corked pinball. It was just so bad. That man is mental. Number 5, the blue steel chairs and the cage. Does anyone else remember the good old days of, old really, the wrestling days when everything was all bright colours from the wrestlers to the weapons themselves? I mean, I loved the blue chair, I've got to be honest, it added a certain spark. And much like the old blue steel cage also, it rarely gets seen or pulled out unless WWE presents another old school Raw night, which is such a shame really, and not that there is anything special, particularly violent for this entry to be included. Not that that's a good thing, but it's just the idea that even time and things that look old can be simply forgotten about. The black chairs are fine and do the trick, but there is something about the blue chairs that is easy on the eye for me. And the cage on the other hand was even more beautiful to look at. Great big blue structure stuck in the middle of an arena. Easy to climb and more harder to be thrown into. It beats the snot out of the dreaded Punjabi prison match any day of the week and would be a welcome addition to the WWE if brought back in my eyes. Not as if it came back in my eyes, I'd be blind, you know. Number 6, barbed wire. Alright, I'm not trying to cheat here, I promise you. I'm going back to the 2x4. But we're going to add a little barbed wire to it with the hopes that Negan from The Walking Dead will draw a tear through how proud he is with us. Yes, of course, it's the barbed wire. It's been used as match stipulations. It's been wrapped around people's arms, heads, legs, torso. Jesus, not him, but what else can I say about this other than, oh my god, it's nearly ripped Sabu's arm off. It's drawn more blood than an artistic vampire and scarred more men than having to watch Eva Marie wrestle. Enough said. But in reality, and given that times have changed, of course, over the 25 years, it is not surprising to see this item stay under lock and key until certain events with certain safe wrestlers. I mean, it was fine when I was a kid. I was immune to such gore, as we all are, us old bastards. But in this day and age, I don't think the younger audience is used to it, so, it's the carnage of it. And to be honest, I wouldn't really take my son if there was all people, like, bleeding everywhere, barbed wire. But then again, number 7, fire. Da da da. Is fire a weapon? Is maybe... Oh well, it's pretty much all systems go by now with the brutal and sheer carnage that fire can bring. Also being used in such matches as the Inferno match, its main wow factor comes when either a table or random objects get set ablaze, whether it be Edge spearing Mick Foley through a table, or Mick Foley battering Triple H over his canister with a flaming 2x4, or Kane trying to cook good old JR during an interview. I guess we could add the entranceway fire launchers into the mix here too, as this one was used on the SmackDown entrance ramp by X-Pac to try and make Kane feel a little bit better by matching the other side of his face to the other side that was burnt. But you can always rely on the most devastating element on earth to bring more fun to a WWE storyline. Here's looking at you, Bray Wyatt. Number 8, the Nightstick. Now, more recently, we have seen an English Bobby's truncheon sort of thing used by Ridge Holland in the WWE, but I've never actually seen him use it, but I have seen him nearly kill a man live on SmackDown. Man, Big E, I hope you get well soon, bro. But back in the heyday with the likes of the Big Boss Man, there was the Nightstick, a much more similar foreign object and fitted in with a Boss Man's gimmick perfectly, nicely. The Nightstick was used on many occasions, trust me. Even once being used so hard it snapped over Taz's head as Boss Man just laughed it off. But I guess nowadays in the WWE, the gimmick that the Nightstick would have been suitable for is not present in modern times. So let's just hope that one day in the future, we will see a return of this clobbering item. So hey, here we have it. The faded ashes of a foreign object era gone by. I know that make no sense, but neither did having your head hit with them in the first place to begin with. So, thank you for watching my first video. I know it was meant to be a top 10, but it ended up being a top 8. Just don't even start. Leave me alone. Be nice. Like me. Subscribe me. Comment me. Thanks for listening, guys, and I'll try and get a new video up soon. Alright, peace out, man.